I want to give you some thoughts on Bitcoin right now. So this is the daily chart. Obviously, the huge triangle that we've been in for a couple months. So the breakout, as far as confirming this breakout, these are really easy trades, by the way. And so I've talked about this a little bit. These are pretty safe because with these triangles, when you get a breakout, and so define the breakout. This is a daily candle or 1 day candle. So each one of these candles represents 1 day. So if you want to look at the time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, okay? Each candle represents a day, so this is the daily chart. This candle that confirmed it, see how this candle closed outside of the triangle? So that gave us confirmation of the breakout. Also, we have this volume down here. So it's important to see a volume confirmation. So if you have a breakout of any triangle, you're going to want to see an uptick in volume. So if you look back here at this pump, you had a ton of volume. At this pump, both of those days, actually for quite a few days, we had a decent amount of volume. So that really confirms the breakout as well. It's important to remember that Ethereum really telegraphed this. Like, it was Sunday night. I could tell Ethereum was running. None of the other altcoins were. So that's kind of a hint. You know, when Litecoin or Ethereum, back here, I think it was Litecoin that was running back here. So this time Ethereum was the indicator. So Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, some of the bigger alts, they'll run in unison. Sometimes it's called they'll be coupled together. You know, they'll kind of do the same thing. Sometimes they'll decouple. But whenever you see the other alts not really doing anything, and you see some of the bigger coins, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, making moves, you kind of want to look at that as a leading indicator as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Now, the next candle came down and almost hit this support, the upper trend line of this triangle. Is called a retest. And then the retest, obviously, we took off and moved much higher. So another thing that's bullish here that I feel good about is we're above, this is the 100 daily moving average, or the 100 SMA. Okay, so in the future, I'll probably just refer to it as SMA. So you've got SMAs and EMAs. This is a simple moving average. And you can see we've moved above that. So why is that bullish? It's because if we go to move back down, now all of a sudden we have to break through that support. So it was resistance. We broke up through it. And now if we were to come back down, it's going to act as support. Real important to learn how to mark the support and resistance. So this is going to be resistance. So you can see this candle went up and got stuck. Rejected. Okay, so there's resistance in this area. You left click your mouse and you hit Alt H and it makes the line all the way across. And then it marks it over here, 39.83. That's my line, and that's where there's resistance at. If we break through it and we come back down, it acts as support on the way down. There's also some here. You see this point, and then you can come back here some. Here's some. It's everywhere. Okay, so probably I'd use this big, huge rectangle in this situation just to kind of show you, hey, there's a block of all these lines in this area. So if we can get through this 4,090 level, there's some more, but we've got a little bit of a break up to 4,300, 4,400, 45.56, 46.51. This is the 200 daily moving average, and it's going to come in down here. And then our price action is going to come up and it's going to meet it somewhere. Okay, and so that's going to be a point to watch because it's going to provide a lot of resistance. It's going to be tough to break through the 200 daily moving average. So I want to show you down here, if you look on the RSI, we are above 70. Okay, so that means it's pretty overbought. Now, if we want to scroll back in history and look, the last time we were above 70 as far as being overbought, you can look, we go all the way back to July. The last time we were overbought on Bitcoin was up in here. Okay. And then you see we got a quick downward break. The time before that, 2 spots here, and then there's this spot here. And again, right afterwards, big breaks down. So that's a concern And we definitely need to cool off. So Bitcoin's going to need to go sideways for a period of 5 to 7 days. We might see a bit of a retracement. I really want to emphasize the fact that when you're trading, if you miss the move, if you miss the breakout, if you miss buying the breakout or the retest, you really don't want to be chasing and running after these coins. Like, I was in the middle of a video and then trying to answer everybody's questions. And at that point, I'm not going to just, I probably could have got away with it. However, I'm really dedicated to make sure you guys get everything answered. I want to get the YouTube channel back to where it was. YouTube channel's going good. Again, I couldn't do any of this without you guys. Your support obviously makes all this possible. So I'm bullish short term. We have to remember that Bitcoin likes to retest lows. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so last year, 6,000 was basically the low that we repeatedly tested. Okay, so I think this is going to be on par with where we're at with 3150. So you can see we were at 20,000 and we dumped over about the course of 2 months, and we tested 6,000 for the first time. I did real good on this break right here because we jumped up to 12,000. And so like this helped me make my year. I definitely did real well in this area. So it doesn't take much. Like, if you can just, the main thing is to increase your coin supplies when you can, obviously make some money. And the number one most important thing to do is not lose any money. It's important to be able to identify that a trade's not going your direction and exit the trade. You don't want to overtrade and force these trades. So now 6,000. Okay, so we tested it here. All right, and then we came down and we tested it quite a few times in this area. And then we tested it again. Okay, so I feel that this might be how we react to 3150 going forward. So I feel we'll get a little bit of a run up, probably to around the 200 day. And then there's a good chance we come back down. It's going to be a real important thing to notice. If we come all the way down to 3150, that would mean there's a possibility that we do go lower. If we don't, what we really want to see, we've got our low, our high, and now we've got a higher low. So it's really important we put in a higher high, and then this would be a confirmed uptrend. Okay. So this next higher high is really important to get in. If we do break lower here, it means we're probably going to go down to 2,500. So again, the key with technical analysis, like I've told you guys before, is it's not going to predict the future, but it's going to say, hey, you know what? If we get this higher high, then we're in an uptrend and things look different. If we don't, then we're headed lower. So it's going to give you a scenario both ways. And I really think that's important. So I really just wanted to kind of give you my overall outlook on Bitcoin right now. You can't, we've been in a 14-month bear market. Everybody wants to be in disbelief to the sense where, this is not a good run. This is not sustainable. However, you kind of have to appreciate it for what it is. Like, hey, right now, today, we're looking pretty good. Bitcoin's a little top heavy. We're going to get some type of a pullback, or basically we just move sideways for a period of a week or so. This probably is going to be a long, slow process as well. This will probably, like I said, it's going to set the tone for the next couple months, and hopefully we have a good springtime coming up. So much. I'll see you guys soon.